And some other news today, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker unveiled new proposals to the state's welfare program.
And the changes could impact thousands right here in Crosse County. News 8's Eric Jacobson joins us now with local reaction. Eric.
Mike and Martha, the biggest change in this proposal announced today is the work requirements for parents with school-aged children. Now, under the proposal, parents, not their children, however, could lose their food share benefits if they don't meet the 80 hours per month work requirement. But some in our area say the changes could negatively impact families as well as the agents administering them.
We serve 90 programs.
Shelley Fortner is the executive director of the Hunger Task Force in La Crosse.
We ask for things like tuna, pasta.
She says there's one group in particular who they see needs help the most.
They're working families. Most of them are working with kids, and they are struggling with paying everyday bills because the number one thing is the wages continue to stay low.
Governor Scott Walker announced Monday a welfare reform package titled Wisconsin Works for Everyone. The biggest change could come to parents of school-aged children who do not work at least 80 hours per month or are seeking a job. Those recipients could lose some benefits under the proposal.
We want to help people get back into the workforce, not be settled into assistance.
La Crosse County officials say their food share numbers have declined slightly to just under 11,300 since a similar law passed in 2015 for able-bodied adults. But officials say adding more adults to state work training programs could be a challenge.
Now, since it applies to the able-bodied adults, the program is getting bigger again. But if we're talking about anyone with children that are school age, having to meet work participation requirements, that would obviously increase that program significantly.
She says those work programs would need more help if this proposal were to move through.
I would imagine there'd be funding coming with this too, because there's administrative needs in order to administer a work program.
Fortner says it's a good idea in theory, but says the problem could be dealt with in other ways.
The best way to support your family is to go out and work and support your family. They're right about that. But some people, it's just not that easy. Those safety nets like childcare, insurance help, those they all have to fall into place along with these new requirements, or people are still not going to make it.
Now again, these proposals would still allow children of those adults to still receive food share benefits even if the parents were not able to receive them. The elderly and disabled would be exempt as well. Governor Walker says he will increase investment in job training programs under the proposal. That proposal is expected to be included in February's budget.
Thanks, Eric. Federal law currently exempts parents from work requirements.
Well, Governor Walker would have to seek permission, though, from the federal government to enact these proposals.